nervous, and I sure do put a lot of miles on my car for somebody who's too nervous to drive to a Jiffy Lube and ask for an oil change. I love to drive. I'll take any chance that I can get to get into my car and to just let off steam, whatever it takes. That's just what has always felt the best to me. Despite that, I neither know how my car works, nor do I know how to take care of it properly. I drive a 2012 silver Nissan garbage can. It is filled to the brim with empty White Claw cans, Taco Bell bags. It's got so many noises that are happening, I don't know what any of them mean, and I'm never gonna ask anybody. Oh, that's no fun. We good? Yeah. And on top of that, the way it works is basically magic to me. I don't know anything about it. Despite all of that, I will always take every chance that I get to drive and to drive poorly. My car is garbage. There is a technical term for the size of the engine that is in it. I don't know it because car is a foreign language to me. But earlier this year, I drove all the way out to Delaware by myself. First long road trip, 12 hours there, 12 hours back. And it was interesting. By the time I got to West Virginia, I'm from Indiana. West Virginia is mountains. I was driving through the mountains, pressing on the gas. It felt like my car was about to take a shit on me, going 60 and a 70 on the highway. That didn't seem fun to me at all. So I pulled off right away, went to a dealership, and sat for an hour in a dealership in West Virginia while these people drove my car, came back to me an hour later and said, "You're from Indiana, aren't you?" They saw my plates. I said, yes I am. They go, "It's pretty flat out there, isn't it?" Yes, it is indeed quite flat. Guy had to explain to me that driving up the mountains in my tiny little car, it's not going to be quite as easy to be going flat out 80 on the freeway. And so there was nothing wrong with my car, but I had to wait there for an extra 5 minutes while they printed out my $0.00 bill for looking at my car with nothing wrong with it, my idiot certificate to give to me to send me on my merry way, still 10 hours away from my destination. Despite all of that, I will take any chance I can get to drive. So that's my bit for tonight.
Hey everyone. Yeah, the theme was orange today. Anyway, I kind of fucked that one up, so I'll just move along. I like to spend a lot of my free time trying to discover the next big sensational rap artist. I do that by going on to YouTube and then just searching up Lil, followed by a verb, adjective, or noun. Like little shoelace, little pancreas, little cervical cancer, all that stuff. Whenever I look up, those little rappers, two type of people, always come up. The first is kind of, someone from the hood. And then there's always someone else. It's like a 13-year-old white dude from Minnesota. And it's kind of weird, very different spectrums, these two different rappers with the same name, but it's funny because they rap about the same stuff. But you have to interpret the context a little bit differently, So when the 13-year-old is rapping, he's like, "Fuck my ops," you're like, "Jimmy, those are your parents." Or he's like, "Yeah, I'm whipping a 4," and you're like, "Jimmy, that is a 2002 Honda CR-V." He's like, "I'm making money when I sleep." And you're like, "That's a trust fund, Jimmy, that is." Yeah, what's next? Yeah, I guess I just listen to this rap. I listen to 13-year-old struggles. Here's something that might be a controversial opinion. I think 13-year-olds now, in this day and age, have it worse than any other 13-year-old in history. Minus the child laborers and child soldiers. Minus those guys, I think they have it the worst, And I think it's partly to do with a lot of social media and stuff like that. Can you imagine how stressful it must be to be at the middle school dance a song comes on and you don't know the TikTok dance to it. They're making fun of Jenny, like, oh, Jenny, you can't do the WAP dance, like, ha ha ha. I feel like 13-year-olds too are like way more like woke, like they know a lot more activism. Like people probably get bullied, like, oh, Jack, I noticed on your Instagram story you didn't mention the war in Yemen. Fucking post about it. I think that's weird for me just because in middle school I didn't even know the Middle East thing was a thing. Yeah, it was weird. I learned it one day and I was like, holy shit, it exists. And I felt like Christopher Columbus for a second. Yeah, I think 13-year-olds, their expectations are too high. I mean, you hear now in the news, you read on social media stories like that, you read articles similar to something like, this 14-year-old just got his second PhD. This girl, 17 years old, invented a dance, is now on Ellen's show. Like when I was 15, I got cut from the soccer team and I cried for a week straight. Like if that happened to me and I also knew I had to own a house by I was 20, by the time I was 20, I would kill myself. Okay, shift the topic and narrative. I'm gonna talk about some politics. I know you guys are thinking like, oh, not another banana talking about politics, but you know, a lot going on in this country right now, a lot of, you know, social justice, a lot of police reform and stuff like that. A lot of people talking about defunding the police. I talk to people about this a lot. And sometimes, you know, people who don't want to defund the police, this is the argument I always end up hearing from them, the question they always ask me. They always ask, who am I gonna call when my house is robbed? Which is like confusing because like Ashley, like you live in a gated community. Like the worst crime that happens in your neighborhood is jaywalking. Like your house is insured. Like your house is not gonna get robbed. The other thing I don't really think they understand is like a robber's mentality, you know? Like someone's not just like stealing a microwave and like he reads the news on his stories like, oh, my precinct just hired 10 new officers, I gotta put this shit back. This is not for me, I gotta go back to my job as an accountant. No, people who rob just rob, you know? And I think another big thing that people understand about, I guess, defunding the police is like a big part of that is, you know, you're removing police with past histories of, you know, misdemeanors or complaints. Which makes sense, I feel like. Like if you were at a hospital, running a hospital, and like you had a doctor who just like randomly like throat punched patients they were giving physical checks on, you'd probably be like, I don't think they should be a doctor. I don't think they should work at our hospital. What I'm trying to say is basically if you are a racist cop, just be a firefighter instead. If you're a firefighter, you can be as racist as you want. Like no one's gonna care. Like people might be like, that's kind of weird that you're calling the fire the N-word, but I mean, I guess. You're probably the best in your division. They would talk all about you. They'd be like, wow, you know, it's weird that he's always like, stop resisting when he's firing in the water, but I mean, he shoots without, you know, authority. He makes sure the fire can't breathe, and he always thinks they're in the wrong. Okay, that's all I have. Thanks, guys.
You know, a very eventful thing happened in my life. I lost my virginity, but unfortunately, Purdue told us we had to do it over Zoom. So that kind of sucked. And what's even worse, the girl still made me wear a condom. Can you believe it? So anyway, I'm a Southern boy. I'm from Tennessee, born and raised. And tonight, I would like to dispel some of the stereotypes associated with the South. First things first, we do not fuck our cousins. We fuck our sisters, because we're practical. You don't have to drive to Rutherford County to fuck your sister, man. Man, that's gonna be really uncomfortable for my sister to watch later. Next stereotype. Whatever idea you think of a redneck, throw that away. Well, except for the meth and the teen pregnancy. That's pretty accurate. But if you think about this belligerent, bigoted person, you're wrong. You see, in the South, we value politeness and manners, conscientiousness, and naturally that's going to extend to our racism. When I say polite racism, I don't mean a man being like, excuse me, Mr. Black Man, it would be ever so kind of you not to rob me today. No, we're excellent at coding our language. You see, as you guys might say, black people or African Americans, people of color, a cop might say target practice. In the South, we say Democrats. In that, It's like, I would not go over to that part of town. There's a lot of Democrats over there. Or, I would not associate with that man. He's a Democrat. Or, bro, you gotta try their fried chicken. The dude's totally an Obama voter. One stereotype about the South that's very warranted, though, is our dedication to Christianity. Oh my God, there are so many fucking churches in the South. Like, there's one on every goddamn corner. And they all have phone numbers. Multiple. So you could just pick up your phone, type in a number, and on the other side, hold on. Sorry. Riveting content, I know. On the other end, you might get, well, howdy there. Welcome to the Jesus of Nazareth Collegiate Baptist Church of Christ and Tabernacle of Prayer.
That was funny!
Thank you. Man, I want a pizza. So what do you guys, most of you would hang up, but my worst habits often show in cases like this, and I'm like, okay, go on. Well, here at the Jesus of Nazareth Collegiate Baptist Church of Christ and Tabernacle of Prayer, we believe in spreading the Word of God and family values. What do you mean by family values? Well, here at the Jesus of Nazareth, fucking get on with it. We believe that a family consists of a man, a woman, and their children. Oh, it's one of those churches. Fuck me. And I let them keep talking because I feel like I have to get it out of them. And eventually it'll get to the point of just like, and I'm just saying, the AIDS virus was just God doing his job. And I'm like, okay, that's enough of that. And I hang up the phone. And I just want to clarify, people, I have no problem with gay people. My opinions on them are like Freddie Mercury. Very, very positive. And they got it. Speaking of homophobia, I like to go to Wilmeth Learning Center for studying. There's air conditioning, cafe, nobody talks to you. It's great. But my favorite part isn't actually studying there. It's leaving and exiting. Because every now and then, I'm blessed with the same jackass standing up on the bench with all of his posse, holding up all these stupid fucking signs. And this dude just says like the most inane shit. It's just like, one second he's like, I love gay people. As this motherfucker is holding a sign that says, Make America Straight Again. Like, I mean, someone should tell this guy that America's already like 90% straight, but apparently he wants it more straight, I don't know. But some of these signs, man, these signs. My personal favorite is, prepare to meet my God. That doesn't really sound like a Christian slogan as much as it sounds like the war cry of an ISIS gunman. Just saying. Now, but one sign really took the cake. Like, it's his long list of all the sinners. And by the way, just want to preface, the dude holding the sign had closeted gay written all over him. It's like, I'm sorry fam, your pants fit you way too well for you to be a straight man. I'm sorry. It's fine. Accept it. But some of the stuff on this list, like, first thing, masturbators. So everyone. I mean, hell, even the dude holding the signs like has, man, I'm gonna rub one out when I get home, written all over his face, just plastered on it. Next one, baby murderers. Hey, don't knock it till you try it, fam. I mean, I find it funny that he doesn't just put murderers, specifically baby murderers, Anyway, next one, the self-absorbed. Excuse me, but if you're standing up here with your signs, you have to be very self-absorbed individuals. Oh, sorry. Paleontologist. All right, good night, bye.
Okay. Let's hear a little bit of noise. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. I gotta say though, I got some complaints. Complaint number one, when people are buying clothes, why does nobody buy their size anymore? Have we seen this nowadays? Have you seen The pants guys are wearing nowadays? The pants are hugging his legs so tight and coming down to his kneecaps. You see guys walking around like this. Hey Susan, what's up? How you doing? Like, what is this? And let him go to the ankles, please. I'm getting flood warnings on my phone because of the pants guys are wearing nowadays. Let's do better, please. Girls, you're not off the hook. Not off the hook. The oversized sweater. Let's talk about this. You go to the store, you buy the sweater. What do you ask for, a triple XL? What's going on here? And also, you have the sweater, but then you have the shirt that starts here and ends here. We've all seen this. It's like you want a new shirt, you go to an Arby's, you go to one of the tables, take a napkin, oh okay, we got a new shirt, that's nice. Pretty soon it's gonna be one line across. It's just gonna be one line, they're gonna be selling them at Macy's. Denise, I think they have your 3 centimeter over here. They have your, yeah, no, I'm at 2.5. Okay. You see this? And guys, can we stop it with this? Can we please stop it with this? Put the hat on the head, please. Please. Thank you. Complaint number 2. If you go to eat a sandwich and you didn't expect to like it, just say, I didn't expect to like it. The sandwich is really good. You don't have to say, low key, this hits different. What? Low key, this hits different? What, are you getting hit in the face by a piano? What? Is this what boxers say when they get hit? Man, well, low key, he hit different. What is this? What is this? And what's the excuse? Oh, I didn't lose as many words. What are you doing in your life that you can't use 5 extra words? 5. Okay? Okay, let's do better. Let's do better with that. Low key, high key, you always hear it. I don't know why. Any Greek yogurt fans here? Yeah. There's some hands. Look at this. We got some college kids that like Greek yogurt. I love it. My question is, how are we gonna, when you open up the Greek yogurt, somehow we gotta find a way to eliminate the piss that's protruding on top of the yogurt. You open it up, and it's like you're about to go diving in a Greek goddess's piss. Yeah, you gotta stir it for 15 minutes, and then finally, oh, that was pretty good. Yeah, that was good. Let's do better. Let's work on it, okay? Okay? Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Howdy, how's it going? Sometimes I feel like people are too open about their sex lives. Like for instance, I was alone in a Chick-fil-A line, and behind me I heard a girl talking about her sex life, which is not what I wanted when I was trying to get good Christian chicken. But I just heard this girl, and she was telling me about how last night some guy threw her down on a bed, and ooh, was it hot. To which her friend responded, wait, is that the same guy who made us eggs? As if like it was surprising that she could both find a guy who could sexually arouse her and make a simple food. That would be like if I was like, hey girl, you seem perfect, but like, can you make grilled cheese? And then she's like, yeah, I can make grilled cheese. We're meant for each other. And I'd be like, psych, bitch. Yeah. Talking about Chick-fil-A, I think I'd be a really bad homosexual. I love Chick-fil-A so much, man. Like, that shit's so good. And like the ordering process, man, that's like an introvert's like wet dream. Literally, you walk in, you have somebody ask you like, name an order, but like in a polite way. It's wonderful. And you get up to the desk, you're there, all you have to say is your name and you gotta swipe a card. It's wonderful. It's like the only social interaction nobody can fuck up, you know? And then, also, I think I would be a bad gay person because I hate parades. Like, I had 2 liberal parents, so like, I had to go to tons of parades, like throwback to those pussy hat parades, by the way. I had to go to one of those. Had to go to the BLM or they would castrate me. Like, I feel like that would also, like, my hatred for parades would also make me a bad, like, civil rights activist. Like, somebody would be like, hey James, Dr. King's gonna be marching on Selma this weekend. I just wanted to know if you could come, and I'd be like, ooh, Selma, that's a bit far from here, man. I don't know. But like, you know, do send Martin my regards. Yeah. Completely sidetracking. I think it would be like entertaining if sex toys were illegal like drugs. You know, like there'd be a black market for sex toys. You'd have somebody who'd be like, yo, you need a dildo? I've got it, man, all right? All of a sudden, you'd have conservatives being like, you know what? I hate these Canadians coming across our borders, you know, bringing over sex toys, corrupting our youth. It's disgusting, all right? Also, you'd have like some rappers getting busted with like their collection of sex toys. All of a sudden, I'd read on the news like Little Dicky caught for trying to sell vibrators and dildos. And authorities think he was just trying to finally get some. All right, thank you.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
You guys are not sitting where we expected at all. We even outlined it for you. What the hell are we doing? It's wet, it's raining, what are you guys doing? I appreciate you guys coming out though. Anybody here with their significant others? Raise your hand. Alright, if you guys are on a date and you didn't raise your hand, I feel like that says a lot about your relationship. Is this a date night for some of you? Hey babe, let's go out and watch 10 guys and a girl talk about their dicks for 5 minutes each exclusively. Don't worry everybody, my dick material is very short. And I think that says a lot about me.
Yeah.
Oh, small penis.
Good one,
What's
Charlie.
my phone number? I hate wearing these masks, not like actually wearing the masks, but when I'm at work and anybody sees me without it, they're always like, oh, wow. I am so surprised that's what you actually look like. Yeah, I know. My parents are disappointed too, all right? Let's get it over with. I was at work the other day, and somebody came up to me. They said, Charlie, oh my God, somebody across the street shot themselves in the car in the head. They killed themselves. I'm like, oh my God, that's awful. Where? And they said, the KFC across the street. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
What?
I fucking hate KFC. KFC stands for go fuck yourself. That doesn't even make sense, but it sounds right. I went to the KFC drive-thru. I waited for 30 minutes. I got up to the window, and I heard somebody in the back of the kitchen say, yo, it's gonna be 30 minutes, I need more chicken. I'm like, that's the one thing you should have. It's the name of the restaurant. The name of the restaurant is Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken. I thought of a better name, nothing. Because that's what they have ready for you when you get up to the window. They said, it's gonna be 30 minutes. Do you wanna wait or do you want the rest of your food? I'm like, yeah, I'll take the dry biscuits, brown green beans, and the instant potatoes, thanks. I'm gonna go park over there. You might not see me tomorrow. I didn't realize there's so many KFC fans here, I apologize. Parking lots are kind of fun. They're like the Wild West to me, you know? I went to the grocery store, there was an open spot right in the front. I see it, a guy driving up towards me, he sees it. I felt like Dirty Harry. I'm like, hey, you feeling lucky, punk? I whip right in, I take it, flip him off, go fuck yourself, this is mine. I was inside way before he wheels his wife in. Another day I was walking out to my car in the parking lot and an old homeless woman approaches me. I could tell she was homeless because she was not inside of a house. She's begging me, please sir, today is my 76th birthday, please. Looking back on the situation, I think she wanted money and not for me to spank her 76 times for her birthday spankings. Fucking threw out her hip. She also told me that her mom died the day before. I'm like, the day before your birthday? That sounds suspicious. Also, is that why you're homeless? Your mom died? Did you live with your parents until you're 76? You deserve to be homeless. They don't like that. Also, if you're 76 and your mom just dies, that's fucking awesome. You live the best part of your life until you're homeless with your mom. Also, if you're 76 and your mom dies, yeah, about fucking time. Thank you.
As evidenced by the fact I don't have a jacket on and I'm kind of freezing to death, I'm very unprepared for this, so we're going to see how it goes. But I find the funniest things in your life are just the stuff that is real, you know? I live off campus now for the first time. The first 2 years I was living the dorm life, and things are a lot more structured. And I think you realize that when you move off campus, it's not easy being an adult. I kind of get why my mom kind of hates her life, you know? I'm just kidding. But, like, there's just so many things about living on your own that you don't think when Purdue University and or your parents provided for you, like actually having to cook and sustain yourself, you know? I thought it was a very human desire. It kind of just gets done, but turns out that's not true, you know? There's been multiple times where it's just been 11 o'clock at night and I'm like, why do I feel like shit? My homework is done. I'm in a good mood. I don't get it. And it's like, oh wait, I had like fucking Cheerios at 12 in the afternoon and that's it. Like, I'm dying, that's why. And then I live right by McDonald's, so then let me go to McDonald's. And then I go there one time and they say, hey, the lobby closes at 12:15. It was 12:30. I said, okay. So then another day when I just crammed to finish my homework, oops, it's 11:59. I get there at 12:02. Hey, the lobby closes at 12. I'm like, that's great. So then I get in my car and then my car breaks down. I say, okay, this is what being an adult is like. Just one thing after another, you know? The other thing living in the house on your own, I guess as a college student that I didn't expect is there's just alcohol everywhere. It just kind of magically appears. I'm not 20, but some of my housemates are, and just every time I come, it's just like every time I come home, there's alcohol there, and I don't get it. Like in new spots. I got in my bed one time, and just I looked under my mattress because I felt something weird. 15 bottles of Smirnoff. What the fuck, Dominic? Why would you? What is this? Is this like Chapo's like drug house, but for alcohol? Like you're 21, it's legal. Like I don't get it. Like we discover alcohol in places that you wouldn't think. We discover alcohol at times where you don't think you're gonna like find it, okay? Like I'm cooking on the phone with my mom. I'm like, Mom, help me cook this. Again, being an adult fucking sucks, right? Mom, I don't get this. I cooked this 15 times and I burnt it. Please show me how to make this. She says, okay, go get the pan. I open it up. 18 bottles of whiskey. Fuck. What are you doing? It's a Tuesday night. I don't know, Mom. I really don't know. I guess the situation now just kind of aggravates that, you know, on a weekend. Like, what really is there to do? I mean, you could sit outside on Krach lawn and listen to some kid bomb with nothing prepared, but I guess other than that, just drink, you know? But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's also that I'm in a frat. I guess frat people like to drink. But the most people that I know that actually drink the most are not in a frat. I don't know what it is. Just a stereotypical Florida thing. Maybe also just our livers are destroyed by now. You know, after 2 years, we're just like, we just can't do it anymore. That might be the case. But I've talked about this before, but there's stereotypes about frats that just aren't true. And I think living off campus, not in a frat house, kind of proves which ones are true and which ones are true, you know? Like, my fraternity brothers are really cool. We're not sexist. We're not racist. I like to think, at least. But then I'm like, you know what, well, so we don't party, you know? Like, I'm the head of recruitment for our fraternity, and I have to go and, like, tell people, like, oh, you know, we just like to have fun, really focus on our academics. And that'll be on Tuesday morning. And then on Tuesday night, I'm trying to cram my homework, and I'm thinking, some Fireball sounds really good after this. After I cram my Symbol Lab differential equations that I could easily do by hand, but I'm too lazy to do, let me drink like 15 shots. Let me definitely do that. And then let me go ask my friend to see if maybe actually he can understand this homework. Oh wait, he's drunk too! Is that true what I just told the PNM? We have to see. Oh yeah, potential new member is, yeah, PNM is potential new member. We don't like to say the word pledge because it actually means that we might actually be cool. We don't want to be that type of frat, you know, one that actually gets people. I'm just saying really random shit at this point. Yeah, I'm gonna go get drunk. Goodbye.
Today I decided to wear my Sunday best. Today I'd like to speak to the real audience who's sitting in the cones that we've placed just for you. And I'd like to talk to you about you know what, I don't remember. Give me 1 second, I gotta get my notes. Let's see. No. Not it. It's in here somewhere. Here we go. Okay. All right, I remember my bit. Okay. So I have this phone, and it's made by Apple. Yeah, a pineapple. Oh, someone came up to me after my last show and said it was very cumbersome. Yeah, cucumbersome. can't do that one. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this, but there's actually a class here called golf. It's where you learn how to play golf. And, you know, I was thinking about some of the times I've played golf, and I got a birdie, and the caddy told me that if I had swung like this, it would have been eagle. Well, this game's for the birds. Oh, this is the site I was supposed to read. Okay. So I had this friend, and he likes to meet new people. This is back in like middle school, so it might sound a little weird, but he goes up to this one guy's house and he knocks. And the guy living there goes, "Who's there?" And he says, "Banana." And then he just knocks again. And they, "Well, who's there?" And he says, "Banana." And then he just knocks again. And the guy asks, "Well, who's there?" And he says, "Orange." And then the guy goes, "Orange, who? Who are you? And why are you knocking on my door?" And he says, "Orange, you glad I didn't say banana?" And then he rings the doorbell and the guy calls the police. Anyways, that's my orange joke. Thank you, everyone.
Hi. How's it going? It's cold and wet, which makes me wet. And yeah, you know, what I want to do is just go back and spend some time with my babe. My right hand, my babe, yeah. And I mean, it's normal, it's a common thing, right? We all masturbate. It's so common. And then anyone do that, right? Like, if you told me you never masturbate, like, I don't trust you. I mean, you're like a god to me, right, if you do that. And then, so yeah, and we have needs, but it's hard to satisfy our needs on campus, especially when you got a roommate. You know, it's hard. Like, I got a roommate last year, and all he's trying to do is just catch me watching porn. Like, like I hate that. Like, you know, like after a long day of class, you know, I just want to go back and touch myself, relax. And then just watching me 24/7. And when he caught me, I mean, it's cool if he caught me, it's fine. But when he caught me, he speaks so loud, he just straight up called me out. And then it's like that everyone in my phone knows I was watching porn. And so this year, I live in a single, I mean, which is perfect for, you know, touching yourself. And and shoot, when I, oh yeah, and you know, though it's perfect, but it's not, you know, like, so I like to put it on my speaker, you know, to get the best sound quality, you know, from the porn. And I mean, the wall is not always soundproof, so you know, someone can hear me if I'm watching porn on my speaker. And one time, someone come knock on me, and he was like, "Bro, are you watching porn?" I'm like, yeah, I was. You caught me, okay. And can you turn it down? Like, yeah, okay, my bad. And he was like, "Yeah, by the way, like, the porn sucks. Don't watch it." Like, okay, thank you. I mean it, you know, like, cause I mean, I don't know about you, but I hate spoilers. I hate people spoiling movies or shows to me. When we talk about porn, please spoil it to me. You know, like how I guys, you know, they spend so much time on finding the best porn on the internet. You know? Finding the best part to, you know, jerk off to. And then, like most points are like 14 minutes long. Until I can last for 14 minutes, right? I can only last for like 40 seconds. So you gotta spend like so much time to find the best 40 seconds out of, like 2 hours on point. Like, I don't like that. Like, I gotta keep editing it, to make sure it's all going to come out and stuff. Like, that's no fun. And then, like, all the points if they like to go on as intros, I don't get it, Like, I don't get people I don't get why people kiss in porn. Like when people always kiss in like the beginning, right? Like before they have sex. Like, stop doing that. Like, I'm here to watch you have sex. Like, I'm not here to watch you kissing and show love to each other. It's like you buy a prostitute, and then you tell her, I just want to kiss you and show you how much I care about you. Like, that makes no sense, right? So yeah, and then the next time, and I put my Bluetooth speaker and my Bluetooth headphone, noise cancellation stuff. No one can find me, no one knows I'm watching porn. That's good. And then, also I live in 4th Street, so we got room service like once a week. That's good, but they always call me like at a bad time. I'm either having shit or touching myself. So, yeah. And as I told you, I use noise cancellation headphones. So when they came in, they knocked first, right? But I couldn't hear them. So if no one replies, they just came in straight up. And then, it's really awkward, you got this old woman watching you, touching yourself. And I was so embarrassed. And thinking about transferring. And yeah. What else? Shoot. Oh yeah, and hi. Oh, it's not? No. What does it mean? Oh yeah. Extra 1 minute.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you. So one time, I make sure no one can come in. I lock my freaking door, and then put my Bluetooth, whatever, noise cancellation headphone again. I'm good to go. I got my trash can right here, and then I'm good to go off. And guess what? The fire alarm went off. I was just struggling putting my pants on, and then trying to turn off my headphone. But when you turn off your headphone, the computer puts on this computer audio. And it was so loud, the fire alarm was so loud, and I couldn't notice at all. So I just walked straight out. But when I came back, there were like 5 people around me when I opened the door. And then, all we could hear just the porn I was watching. So, I was so embarrassed, and I'm trying to find a way to get out of this planet. Thank you.
Thank y'all so much for coming out tonight. If anybody is interested in getting involved in any of this, stick around. Come get our socials, get our email address. Once again, thank you so much to the guys from Wiley Radio for taking care of sound and lights for us. Thank y'all very much. Yeah. I swear I just heard somebody say, hey, Rose. Anyways, thank y'all.